Hey guys, welcome back to Cecily's Corner. It's Cecily, of course, with my mama, and she's going to be here to help me talk about when I was born. So, yeah, let's get started, shall we? Alright. So, can you tell a little bit about me and the viewers about when I was born? And
Absolutely. Cecily was born 2 months early. She was due in October and she was born in August. When she was born, she was not breathing. She was blue. She was taken immediately to the NICU to be taken care of to get her breathing. And luckily she started breathing on her own pretty quickly because if she hadn't, they were going to airlift her to a bigger hospital near where we lived. But thankfully she started breathing on her own. So after she was born, she had some things that were a little bit different about her. The way she cried sounded a lot different than other babies. Sounded more like a cat than like a person, and that made the doctors take note that there was something going on with her. And she got the pleasure of being on a billy bed where she looked like a glowworm because she had jaundice that was real out of control. So she got to do that for the first few weeks of her life. So when she was born, the biggest thing is that she was 2 months early and that she was not breathing when she was born.
yeah, so, wow. So, then with that, of course, with somebody that's born that early, there has to be something wrong, either with the birth or with them after the birth. So we are going to talk a little bit of preschool to now. Right?
Yeah.
So, you want to talk about that? Or?
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, we do that.
Okay. When Cecily was 4 years old, she went to a preschool program at a really awesome school, and at that school she had 2 really incredible teachers, and one of the teachers was a former special education teacher, and she had some concerns about Cecily's development. I had never really, as a mom, paid attention to the developmental milestones that they tell you about at the doctor's office and places like that, simply because I just believe every kid's different and they develop at their own pace and their own rate. Cecily was really fast to talk. She learned how to talk really early and had a wide vocabulary really early. But she was slow to do other things like to crawl and walk, but she did do those things. She just did them in her time. But at that preschool where the teachers were working with her, they just had some concerns that they wanted us to look into. So after a lot of arguments with doctors who didn't think there was anything to be worried about, we kept pushing and kept going to doctors until we found one who referred us to a neurologist. When we took Cecily to the neurologist when she was 4 years old, he ordered an MRI and he ordered an EEG. Do you want to tell them about those?
So an MRI is basically a tube. If you ever watched the movie Incredibles, it's kind of like they're putting him in that little capsule thing. But what it is, it's a big machine that can see all of your bones. It can see, for me it was my brain, so it could see all my brain, but like there's difference for like your shoulders, your knees, and every part of your body. So like you can't do if a doctor says, yeah.
Yeah, and they focused on your brain. Do you remember what the EEG was?
The EEG was this kind of cap thing, and they put like a bunch of glue in my hair, and then they put these little things,
Like wires
in my brain.
Not in your brain, on your head.
On my head, so they could like get a closer picture of my brain, and yeah.
Very good. So after they had done the MRI and the EEG, that's when the neurologist, who is a doctor who studies brain activity and things like that, he had put together all the pictures of Cecily's brain and all the information about her brain, and discovered that while she was still in utero that she had had a stroke. And when she had the stroke, which is damage to your brain, the stroke caused her to be born early. And then her being born early caused other things. So that's when we learned that Cecily had a very mild form of cerebral palsy. It's on the right side of her brain, so it affects her left arm and her left leg the most. And because of the early birth and the combination of that and the cerebral palsy is why she has a developmental delay, which is why she crawled later, why she walked later, and why she has academic struggles in school is because of developmental delay.
Yeah. And when I was in kindergarten, like kindergarten through 4th grade, that's all, right?
Sure.
Kindergarten through 4th grade, my biggest IEP goal is that I could carry a lunch tray by myself. Because still it's not easy for me. I still need help if like we go to buffets and stuff. And so that was kind of the biggest goal for me, was to carry my own food in my own plate.
Yeah. Cecily was always, from when she was born to now, she's always been very independent and very strong-willed, meaning she's always wanted to attempt things. Even if it was hard, she wanted to try it on her own. So we tried to make sure that there are goals written up for her at school, but also goals at home that challenge her physically as well as mentally, and that while she's working really hard to do things on her own and to always try, that there's also no shame or fear in asking for help, because everybody, disability or not, needs help from time to time. So that's what we're working on.
Right. So, first of all, thank you, Mama, for coming from the kitchen to fix dinner. And thank you for helping me talk. And to you guys, I want to tell y'all, if you have a disability, just to stay strong. And even if you don't, just stay strong and always try your hardest no matter what. So, leave comments or questions down below for me. And thank you for watching this. See you guys later. Bye.